But with magnesium glycinate, it's purported to have a benefit of being like anxiolytic, so anti-anxiety or reducing anxiety. And yeah, that can be a benefit of magnesium, which we're going to talk about here, but it can also be a benefit of glycine. Now, glycine is an inhibitory neurotransmitter in the central nervous system. So what that means is it decreases the activity, we'll say that, between neurons, so it helps to calm down. Magnesium can also be beneficial with regards to decreasing anxiety. Now, there's many ways I read about, but two that we're going to go over is one is an NMDA antagonist. What the heck is NMDA, Howard? That's N-methyl D-aspartate. So it's a receptor for an excitatory neurotransmitter. We just talked about how glycine is an inhibitory neurotransmitter. Well, there's also excitatory neurotransmitters. So they increase the activity of neurons. The main excitatory neurotransmitter is glutamate. So you can have getting a little bit of science here. You have your presynaptic neuron here, your postsynaptic neuron here, and in the middle, it's the synaptic cleft. If you have your action potential, which is like the signal, so to speak, it goes down the presynaptic neuron, then the neurotransmitters will go across. They're being held in this presynaptic neuron. They will be released. They'll go across to the postsynaptic neuron in order to continue that signal, then to propagate to other neurons. But on that postsynaptic, there's receptors. All right? One of those receptors for glutamate is NMDA. So magnesium sits in that NMDA receptor, and it prevents glutamate from carrying out its job of being excitatory to continue that action potential. What's the harm in the glutamate attaching to the NMDA receptor when it's not really necessary and causing this excitatory response with the neurons? Well, too much excitatory response of the neurons when it's not really necessary is toxic to the neurons and can actually eventually cause them to die. Another benefit of magnesium with regards to lowering anxiety, kind of calming you down, etc., is it is a GABA receptor agonist. So GABA, gamma aminobutyric acid, is the primary inhibitory neurotransmitter. We mentioned glycine earlier, but GABA is the primary one. So magnesium is an agonist to GABA receptors. In fact, I believe it acts on the same receptors as benzodiazepines do, so like a depressant drug. Agonist means that magnesium can attach to the receptor that GABA would normally attach to, and there's different receptors, but it will cause an inhibitory response. So it decreases the activity of neurons so they can help calm you down.